Hey guys, today I'm going to be going to the June ROSSA 2023 event, and in this video I'm going to be taking along my project World's Cheapest 150 mile an hour RC car. So in this video it's going to be part 3 of the project. If you have a look in the description, there'll be a link to the full playlist of the build series. And I know I wanted to do a bit of testing before I went to ROSSA, but time just snuck up on me and I basically just ran out of time. So in this video we're going to be taking the car for its maiden voyage at ROSSA. We've got professional timing gear there so we can get accurate speed results, and we've got a 2-mile runway, so we are going to have plenty of space to wind this thing up to flat out. So if you're unfamiliar with this project, like I said, if you have a look in the description, there's a link to the build series, but if you just want a quick overview, then let's have a little look. So this car is actually based on an FTX Banzai, but we've completely transformed the car. So we've got a bespoke body shell and also a custom chassis under here. As you can see, I've actually gone ahead and changed the body mounting system since the last video. Before, I just had a couple pieces of Velcro there and some on the sides next to the battery, but that just wasn't going to work. It just wasn't functional enough. So what I've gone ahead and done is put a little body post at the front here, and then at the back here, I've actually gone ahead and made some sort of kind of Velcro strap mount. You'll see a bit more of that when we take the body on and off. So if we have a look under the body of the car, we've got 2 big 4S power systems here, 2 hobbling motors and 2 hobbling ESCs. We've got this Traxxas servo down in here, I've custom 3D printed here, a little receiver box that's got all our wiring in there. We've got 2 DXF lipos here, both 4S, 5,200 mAh ATC lipos. As you can see here, I was actually originally planning to use some China Hobbyline lipos, but they decided that they didn't want to be hard case lipos anymore. So lastminute.com had to get myself ordered a couple of lipos. These are actually meant to be pretty good. A lot of my friends use them, so hopefully we should have some promising results with them. As you can also see, I've got some foam tires front and rear. These have been tested to over 150 miles an hour, so perfect for this project. We've got solid link suspension front and rear, so we've got perfect stance on this car. So hopefully no backflips with this thing. And the main kind of party feature about this car is the way that we've got the motors mounted. So we've kind of got a mixture of a standard motor mount system and also direct drive. So we've got this motor here which drives the front wheels with a pinion and another pinion there. We've got the same here at the back as well, so it's a bit hard to see because it's kind of all buried in, but we've got a pinion here which drives the output drive on the diff there, which drives these rear wheels. So hopefully we should have the combination of the ultimate speed of the direct drive but the ability to change the gearing of a standard motor mount. So hopefully guys, this car should be a major success. So like I said guys, this is going to be the maiden voyage of the car. It's going to be 3 days on the runway, so hopefully if we find any little issues on the way, we'll be able to resolve them, and hopefully we should be able to get that 150 miles an hour. So I'm really excited. Without further ado, let's begin. Here we are on the runway, guys. This is absolutely massive. It's a bit wet at the moment. We're going to have to let it dry, but look at this, guys. It's absolutely perfectly smooth, guys. This is going to be absolutely perfect. So here we've got my little station, guys. Obviously, we've got the Project Cheapest 150 mile an hour RC car, and we've also got my long jump car here. This is either going to be in the next video or the video before this one, depending on when it gets released, but we're going to hopefully go for over 100 miles an hour with this car. We're just doing a quick little transmission break in here to make sure that everything runs smoothly. So this is Kevin's car here that he's built to absolutely annihilate the record. As you can see, it's absolutely massive. And he's not down on power. We've got 4 massive motors and ESCs in it and batteries that go all the way along both sides. So if this doesn't break a world record, I'm not really sure what will.
Something's going to break, the car or the record.
Alright, so guys, as you can see here, it's very, very wet. Really not ideal conditions for running. But we've got RCMann over here.
Yes, mate.
Who's going to give this monster... Is it Herbeo?
It's a Herbeo VTE, Splunning 6S, HV packs, 2,900 kV motor, TP 48.
And you're going to give this a run in the wet?
Yes, mate. Someone's got to brave it, right?
Yeah. There we go, got that reading. Good luck. Run, Forrest. Here he comes. Whoa! Way! Yay!
111!
In the way.
First run at ROSSA.
Cheers, Andy. Where's the thing to hold the thing on? In my pocket.
So back at the Airbnb from the runway, got all the cars here, all the tools. Right, so it's the next morning, guys. It's stopped raining. It's still a little bit wet, but hopefully this time we should have some more luck. We're getting the van all loaded up, ready to go back to Rossa. Guys, we have hope. We've actually got blue sky here. Here we go, back at the runway, and it is dry, but we are the last people here. Look at that, guys, all nice and dry now. No rain planned for today. So guys, here we have Project Air. Guys, this car is absolutely mental. Just look at the size of it, and we've got this enormous jet engine in here. Guys, this is gonna get some crazy speeds today. Whoa! So guys, here we have the Tamiya TT02 Challenge, but it's sporting the Rolalo body shell. Oh my gosh. Oh no! Guys, I think it's just a little bit too windy. We've got a bit of like a crosswind. So the smaller cars are just struggling a little bit, so it might have to be a little while before we can actually run my car. Whoa! What was the speed? 180. 180.
Go on, Rich. Yeah.
139. Yeah. So we've got Streamliner going up next. Whoa. Oh my god. 167. Whoa. Woohoo. Whoa. Oh. Guys, this is the world record holding RC car, and Dave's gonna go for a run. This thing is absolutely crazy, guys. It's going in for a test run this time, guys. Oh my god. Oh man, and that was a test run. 194 on a test run. So here we've got Kev Sausage in line. We're going to be going for a test run.
Nothing too spectacular. Quick little, just nice little, get the trim right, see how far it can go. Little range check.
Wow! Quarter throttle.
139.29 both trapped.
139 at quarter throttle. So next, Andy's going to be running his really fast car. What are you going to go for then?
150.
150 of that one. That'd be brilliant. Woohoo! 157. Hey, 150 mile an hour club. So we got Tom Lee here. He's going to do his Rolalo. What's the goal with this one?
80.
Oh, there he goes. Just slightly missed that first bit of the run. Oh, it's waggling all over the shot. 88. Nervous, man.
Why?
Huh?
Running the ramp?
Yeah.
Sammy, just send it.
I don't know what. I shouldn't be nervous.
As Kev would say, you're not in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still nervous though. I mean, I've got spare bodies, spare chassis, whole spare car. I'm still quite nervous though.
Fanboy.
What do you want me to do to them?
Oh, they're not for me.
Colour them in?
Yeah, please.
We're just going to do a little slow first run, just through the traps, just to make sure everything's cool, make sure it's all going straight and everything. And then after that, if we don't need to make any setups, we'll go for a little bit more. We're not going to gun it straight away, because it's a completely unfamiliar car. So, little by little, and eventually, we'll get to full throttle.
Oh. I think what was happening there, what Rob said.
Yeah.
He goes light on the back.
Goes right in the back and then kicks out. Motors have moved down with lost steering as well.
Game over?
Not yet. But I think it's poor build quality from me.
Go on then, go and get it.
Yeah, we'll make a few adjustments and then we'll give it another run. Alright, so a very interesting run, guys. So for the first actually bit of that run, it was very stable, stayed perfectly in a straight line. But then what happened, which is what Rob said would happen, is that we've got all this downforce on the front. It's going to push the front down and make the back go light and then spin out, which is what happened. So very kindly, he's got us an enormous amount of weights here. So we'll strategically put, maybe not all of them, but a good few of them, we'll have to see, on the back of this car somewhere. I won't film it because it's going to be quite fiddly to see where we can try put it all, because we're very full for space. But once we've got all those weights on, then we'll be good to run again. I think we're also going to have to adjust a couple of things. I think the steering came loose and one of the motors has come loose as well. So we'll get everything adjusted and then we'll go for another run. We've got Scorch David going in for another run. It's actually started to rain, as you can probably see, but he's being brave. Wow.
208.
208.
208, yeah.
Well done, and in the wet as well. So James is gonna go with his jet car next. Guys, this thing is absolutely mesmerizing. Just look at the aero on that.
What you doing, James?
That's brilliant. 94. Woo! 159.
Where you going, Noah?
Car's now in position. Let's hopefully get a good run.
Tumble, wumble. Oh. I think you need aero on the back, dude.
So a combination of losing drive to the front wheels and having horrendous steering is just making this car impossible to drive, guys. And here it just decided to steer itself off the track. So we'll take it back to the pits and see what we can do.
Back to pits, cut.
Right, so I think part of the problem, guys, is the steering, and specifically the servo saver. So the steering on this car is actually quite tight. I've deliberately done like that so there's little kind of play in the steering assembly, but that means that this servo saver here is really struggling. So as you can see, I've just kind of caked a bit of super glue in there. Hopefully that will lock that up, and then after that, hopefully we should have better steering, because at the moment, guys, this car barely steers, and as it gets faster with the more downforce, it's just going to get harder and harder. So we need like the entire runway to try to turn it around, and it still doesn't make it. It ends up crashing into the grass. So hopefully with this done, that should be that problem solved with the steering. So to hold this pinion on, guys, we need a shaft adapter, but unfortunately I've lost mine. But all the stars have aligned. We've actually managed to get a spare one here. So massive thank you to RCMann. He saved my weekend. He's got my spare part. I don't have any of these left, so
Well done, dude.
thank you very much. Boom.
Cheers, man. Yes,
No
mate.
worries. Wow. Oh, nose cones off. 137. Well done. That was crazy. That was good. 159.
What's your name?
It's curry time.
What's your peg like?
Here we go, guys. Rossa day 3, and so far weather is looking absolutely perfect. We've got some blue sky here. It's all nice and dry, so hopefully this time we're gonna have a perfect day. We've got the Rossa guys already making their way down, guys. We're running a little bit late, but look at the weather. Hopefully today we can get the next cap up from this one. So guys, it's day 3 on the runway. We've got perfect weather, we've got perfect conditions, but we're still having problems with the car. So we've now stripped an entire set of gears in this car. As you can see, the teeth are just coming flying off. And I've actually found the reason why. I think it's this motor mount here. As you can see here, it's fully clamped down, but this is wobbling all over the shot. So we're gonna have to get a new motor mount in here, and then hopefully that should be problem solved. And then after that, we should be able to get in a pass, because we're running out of time, guys. We've only got like 4 or 5 hours left. Oh, guys, fail. I think that this car's just not going to work. At the front, it's just making hideous sounds. Look, we've got no diff in the front there. And it just, listen, if we just put a little bit of throttle. That's just rattling all over the shot. We have got one more option, which is to fabricate like a complete 5mm shaft here. Maybe make it more stable and print some sort of bearing support or shaft support down here. But I think for now, guys, we're not going to be able to run this car. It's really unfortunate. I was hoping to get some runs through the traps, even not to get 150, even to just get close to or over 100 miles an hour would have been awesome. But it just wasn't right. Apparently this just isn't going to work. So we'll take it back home and we'll think of something new.
Be right when it gets going.
So unfortunately, the MGM ESCs in that car were playing up and the car wouldn't behave properly.
Yeah, so I go backwards, reverses off. One goes before the other one, and then we revved it to make sure it works, and then suddenly it just revved by itself, couldn't turn it off. One went backwards, one went forward. F them. The stupid things.
Oh, yeah.
So we're back now, guys, and before we have a look at the car, I just want to quickly talk about ROSSA and the event. And guys, Where do I even begin? Guys, this has just been one of the best weekends ever. The way that ROSSA has been structured and the community and all the cars and everything about it is just magical. I cannot believe I was so lucky to be able to go to this event and test run my cars there. It was just absolutely mental. I want to give a massive thank you to everyone at ROSSA who helped organise this event. So we've got Jane and Stuart and a whole lot of other people. I want to give a massive thank you to Kevin Talbot and Phil from Tomley RC for helping me film parts of this video and the previous ROSSA video. And also a massive thank you to RCMann. He massively supported this project here. He's given us some advice. He's helped us out with a couple of spare parts and even actually offered to make a few custom carbon fibre parts. If you have a look in the description, I'll leave a link to his channel and his website. He's got a whole brand based on special carbon fibre parts like the WL toys and a whole lot of other speedrun components. So definitely make sure that you go and check him out. And also a massive thank you and a massive shout out to everyone who gave me support, helped me out over the weekend with little bits and pieces of advice or help with shock setup and just general opinions on my cars and how I can progress further, and all the support that everyone gave me, wishing me on, and just the whole community, guys, is just absolutely perfect. I cannot wait to go to ROSSA again very soon. So I'll try my best to put as many of the channels here up on the screen of all the people who contributed today and even just were at the event. So now let's have a little look at the car. So this is a very, very interesting project, guys. As you know, the challenge with this car is to make a 150-mile-an-hour RC car, but make it as cheap and budget-friendly as possible. And as you saw today, we didn't have the best luck in the world, but there are definitely some valuable lessons that can be learned from. So let me talk you through the runs that we did actually manage to gather some evidence for. So up to 40 miles an hour, the car was running absolutely perfectly. It was tracking straight and it was accelerating smoothly. Just what we wanted. But after 40 miles an hour, that's when the problems kicked in. And I even got an off-camera GPS reading to back up my points. So right from the get-go, when I pulled up at ROSSA, Rob and quite a few other people immediately clocked that this body has way too much downforce. Guys, this angle at the front here is just way, way, way too steep. So my initial idea was to design a body that had loads of downforce to stop the front from lifting. Because what can happen with the much smaller cars like mine is, it's very, very easy for them to want to backflip and take off. So I thought design a body with loads of downforce and that's problem solved. But I've kind of shot myself in the foot with that. Because now what's happening, and this is exactly what Rob from RCMann said would happen, is that the front's being pushed into the ground, which is making the back go skittish and then want to spin out, which is exactly what we saw. So the main problem with this car is the body. So the first thing I want to do to this car is change the body shell. And as you can see, that is exactly what I've gone ahead and done. I've designed a completely new body shell. As you can see here, it's much, much shallower than the original body. So we've got a much smoother angle. And it's also going to reduce the drag on the side here. This kind of big panel on the side here is just acting as a massive air brake. So when we've got a crosswind, it's just going to want to push the car out of line. So this is going to be so much better. And not only that, as you can see, I've rounded off all these edges here and rounded it off at the front. So this is just going to be so much more aerodynamic. As for the wing, guys, I've actually just decided to keep the same one as we've got already on the car. Hopefully this should also just make sure that the car stays in a perfect straight line and it still looks nice and proportionate. And if we still need some more back downforce, then we can always alter it as we go along. But hopefully this is going to be a much better design. So the only other issue we were having was this front drivetrain here. So it's a little bit hard to explain and see because it's all buried in there, but I'll put pictures up on the screen so it's easy for you guys to understand. But basically, as you saw, this front out drive shaft here that goes from the front diff out to the pinion here, which is driven by this pinion here, is just not good enough. It's just nowhere near solid enough. It's way too flexible. It's too thin. So the moment that we give the car some power, the shaft flexes apart, the gears pull apart, it makes a horrendous noise, and then the gears are shattered, and then we've only got rear-wheel drive. The car only lasted for about 10 seconds until this front drivetrain just blew up. So the way that we're going to be able to resolve that is by making a custom shaft. So here we've got a new Dremel, and we've also got some 5mm steel rod in there, and hopefully we'll be able to fabricate something together which will be much more durable. And I might even go ahead and make myself a little bearing support there to kind of add some extra rigidity, but hopefully with a 5mm steel rod that should be enough. And once we've done that and fitted the new body, guys, this car will be ready to go out again and do some more test runs. So although we didn't have the success we were initially hoping for, we have learned some very valuable lessons. So very soon we'll have a rebuild coming up where we're going to modify the car with the modifications that we just discussed. And then after that, there'll be some more testing. So if you want to watch all that, make sure that you're subscribed and that you press the notification bell. But for now, that tops off for this video. I really do hope you did enjoy it. Make sure if you did that you leave a like and subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure to do that. And make sure to press the notification bell so you don't miss any of the cool action. So that's it from me. I hope you have a brilliant day or week ahead, and until next time, in the next video. Bye.